It's now time for the Reverb Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to May the 29th of the year 2023 when the Milwaukee Admirals were welcoming in the Coachella Valley Firebirds for Game 3 of their best of 7 series. A change of scenery. Let's see how it would affect the Milwaukee Admirals. First of all, goaltending change. Devin Cooley in for Yaroslav Askarov to start Game 3. Askarov had started every game for the Milwaukee Admirals up until this point. We are 46 seconds into the first period, and it's DeCord coming up with a save on Huntington's first shot on goal of the game, and the Admirals are buzzing off of the opening shift. They continue that at 142 as DeCord comes up with a save on Sanford at 155. DeCord comes up with a save on Kemmel, and then counter punch by the Firebirds is at 234. Cooley comes up with his save of the game on Lynn. Then at 327, Cooley comes up with another save on Carte at 641. DeCord back to work with a save on Gravel, and the game has evened out. A little bit of semi-cautious approach by each team coming through the neutral zone and making sure they have their defensive backsides covered. 7:42 of the first period. DeCord comes up with a save on Gravel at 8:01 of the first period. It's Cooley coming up with a save on McCormick, sliding across the first non-routine save of the game for either netminder. 10:23 of the first period. It's DeCord. He kicks out the pad and he puts the last second stop on Sherwood's shot at close range. That was a great scoring opportunity for the Milwaukee Admirals. DeCord's toughest save of the period. 11:11 of the first period is Evans going to the box. 2 minutes for slashing. Our first penalty of the game is DeCord coming up with a save on Kemmel's one-timer over there from the left circle. Then DeCord coming up with another save on Afanasiev. After a failed clearing attempt, DeCord tried to leave his own crease and play the puck himself, and he almost puts the puck into his own net by banking it off of Afanasiev. Afanasiev gets a good chance, but it is turned aside by DeCord. At 16:40 of the first period, it's Cherinsky with a 2-minute penalty, delay of game, puck over the glass, and that's when DeCord is going to come up with a save on Kemmel, and then another save on Sherwood. Evangelista cannot knock the puck in out of midair. Had a great look at it, bunted it just through the crease out the other side. Into the first period, it's Milwaukee out shooting Coachella Valley 14-10 so far through the first 20 minutes. The Admirals looking like a much improved team over the previous 6 periods in this series. 126 into the second period, and it's Cooley coming up with a save on Lynn. The mask was damaged while making this save, and on the next whistle, there would be a lengthy delay as they had to get the backup mask and get Cooley all set up and back to the net. Once they do, and resume play, and at 151, it's DeCord coming up with a save on Ratcliffe at 4:08 of the second period. It is Wright, his second goal of the playoffs, giving the Coachella Valley Firebirds a 1-0 lead over the Milwaukee Admirals. First goal of the game is a rebound put back from the top of the crease. First stick to the loose puck, and he puts it in with ease after Cooley made the first initial very, very strong save. The rebound was in a dangerous area, and Wright puts the puck in the net for the Firebirds. 5:38 of the second period. It's Cooley coming in with a save on True. 7:13 of the second period. It's Del Gaizo's fourth goal of the playoffs, tying the game up at 1 apiece and getting Milwaukee on the board. It's a long shot with Tomasino setting the screen. Looked like at first maybe Tomasino had deflected, redirected, but it turns out he was just a distraction on the play. Tomasino does end up getting an assist on Del Gaizo's fourth goal of the playoffs. 1-1 now in the second period. 8:44 of the second period. It's DeCord coming up with a save on Gravel, and the Admirals are swarming after scoring their first goal of the game. The next shift was very impressive in the offensive zone. 9:46 of the second period. DeCord comes with a save on Del Gaizo. 10:07 DeCord save on Sherwood. There was a scrum after the whistle, and it would be Sanford for the Admirals heading off to the box. 2 minutes for slashing. Very difficult penalty for the Admirals to take right here after the whistle in the offensive zone. Cooley would come with a save on Carte, but that would be as the power play expires, so the PK did a very good job in this particular tough circumstance. At 14:16 of the second period, it's DeCord coming with a save on Thompson. 50:07. DeCord another save, this time on Huntington, and the rebound goes high and out of play. At 16:08, it would be Kemmel's 7th goal of the playoffs for the Admirals, giving the Milwaukee Admirals a 2-1 lead in this game. A long wrist shot comes over the blue line, pulls it in by a stride, changing the angle just enough, and then rips that world-class wrist shot that we have come to know and love from Kemmel. His 7th goal for the Admirals leads the team in scoring in the playoffs. 16:28 of the second period. McKenna off the box. 2 minutes for tripping. DeCord would come with a save on Sherwood, then would also come with a save on Del Gaizo, also off of the mask. The goaltender's mask in this game getting utilized quite a bit. 18:51 of the second period. It's Cooley coming with save on Tronsky, plus the follow-up. It was the best save of the game, kicking out the leg right there and coming up with the big save. We hit the end of the second period. It's Milwaukee out shooting Coachella Valley 27-23. We go to the clean sheet of the third period for the final 20 minutes of regulation, and at 40 seconds of the third period, it's DeCourt coming with a save on Tomasino's backhand off the Rushville. Tomasino again being a very noticeable player in this game. At 2:01 of the third period, it's Karche off the box. 2 minutes for high sticking in the offensive zone. It would be DeCourt coming up with a save on Evangelista, and then DeCourt coming with a save on Jankowski. But the biggest save of this special teams exchange would be Cooley coming up with a save on McCormick's short-handed breakaway. Impressive stuff by Cooley, staying calm, collected, no big deal for him in the net. Also stopped the follow-up, did not slide fully out of position as the sharp angle rebound put back comes in on net. At 4:27 of the third period, it is DeCourt coming with a save on Rushev's backhand off of the rush. At 5:39 of the third period, it's Thompson's first goal of the playoffs, giving Milwaukee a 3-1 lead here in the third period. It was a long shot, but the most impressive thing about this play was the keep-in at the blue line just before ripping the shot, and Thompson gets his first goal of the playoffs. Perfect timing for this insurance goal. At 9:22 of the third period, it's DeCourt coming up with a save on Delgado. At 10:04, it is DeCourt coming up with a save on Luke Evangelista. At 11:40 of the third period, it is Cooley coming up with a save on Polorowski through traffic. At 13:31, DeCourt comes up with a save on Sherwood from the sharp angle. 15:35, McCormick hits the post. Without a doubt, the Firebirds' best opportunity of the period right there. 17:35, DeCourt comes up with a save on Huntington after a turnover. Admirals looking to put the dagger in it. The empty net scenario comes at 18:18 of the third. The Admirals would be unable to convert, but at 19:03, Cooley would come up with a save on Karche, and things would remain relatively calm considering the extra attacker on the ice. Admirals doing a good job clogging up lanes, blocking shots, and frankly, turning pucks over and getting it at least out to the neutral zone, which was good enough. The Milwaukee Admirals close the game out with a 3-1 victory over the Coachella Valley Firebirds. They outshoot Coachella Valley 37-29. First time they've won a game in this series, now making it 2-1 in favor of Coachella Valley. They held on home ice. It's also the first time they've outshot their opponent 37-29 after being outshot quite considerably in the first two games of the series. So now we've got game 4 coming up. The Admirals can tie it up, and they will have games 4 and 5 on home ice before having to potentially go back to Coachella Valley for games 6 and 7. But game 5 is now necessary as the series is 2-1 in favor of Coachella Valley, and the Milwaukee Admirals looked much more like themselves. Carl Taylor has to be given credit for pulling a huge move there and replacing Yaroslav Askarov and putting Devin Cooley in. Cooley gave you exactly the performance that you needed, kept things calm, kept things quiet, and frankly, when was called upon, came up with the saves that he needed to. But the team in front of him played dramatically better than they did in either of the two games in Coachella Valley. That's going to do it for the Radar Sports full game recap. We've got full analysis, stats, box score, Brian Baston, all coming up on the Renegades of Puck podcast, and that's coming up next.